background. Otherwise, see, disturbance will be there, and your friends will not be able to listen to us. Okay, this is for the benefit of all of you. Okay, dear students, all of you, Lipika Parda, please mute your speaker. ଆପଣଙ୍କର
Okay, sir.
ସ୍କ୍ରିନରେ ଯୋଉ ସ୍ପିକର ଚିହ୍ନଟା ଅଛି ତାକୁ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ, ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ କରନ୍ତୁ। ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବାନ୍ସ ହେଉଛି ସେପଟୁ। ଆପଣ ସ୍କ୍ରିନର ତଳେ ଯୋଉଠି ଯୋଉ ମାଇକ୍ରୋଫୋନର ଚିହ୍ନଟା ଅଛି ତାକୁ ଆପଣ କ୍ଲିକ୍ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ସେଟା ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ହେଇଯିବ। Okay. So dear students, you see all of us are now locked down at home, and we waited for a pretty long time, anticipating that the lockdown condition will be lifted, but the situation is precarious. Lockdown is still imposed, and we never know. You also never know as to when the lockdown condition will be lifted. Therefore, without waiting further, without waiting for dear friend, you are outside and you are creating disturbance. Please mute your speaker first. RJ SPCL. Who is there? Okay. We're all locked down at home, and this is precisely the reason why. This is precisely the reason why we This is precisely the reason why we thought that the counseling classes should start online, and we created classrooms. Of course, this is not the first classroom we have created. We have created so many classrooms in the past, and the classes for so many other programs are also going on smoothly. With the help and support of many academic counselors. But for B.Ed program, this is the first class. We have made two groups for the entire 500 students. 250 will be there in each group. In group A, 250 students, and in group B, another 250 students. And the two counselors will be addressing to you on all the courses. Initially, we have started with the core courses. That is from BS 1 to BS 1 to 5. So presentation will start from BS 1 for 4 days, from today up to 11th. BS 1 will be dealt with, and for that we have requested Dr. Parsuram Rai Singh, our esteemed academic counselor for this particular program, attached to Nalini Devi College of Teacher Education. He has kindly consented to take the class online. Of course, there are so many hitches, but then he agreed, and he is in front of you, and he will be talking to you about BS 1, that is children and growing up. I hope you must have gone through the online study material which is available there in eGyan course. We have requested quite a good number of students to kindly download the study material and just go through that, since lockdown condition is there. Now it is not possible to send the printed copy of the study material. Many post offices are closed, so they cannot deliver you the printed copy of the study material. So till such time the materials are ready. Materials are already ready, but the materials dispatch take place. You are all requested to download the soft copy of the study material from eGyan course and go through that. Utilize your this leisure time profitably by reading those materials, so that not only you will benefit, but also you will be able to successfully complete the program on time. So without taking much time, I am handing over the classroom to Dr. Parsuram Rai Singh, the counselor for this particular program. Dr. Rai Singh, you are welcome to this platform, and our learners will be definitely be very happy to listen to you, because you have been teaching this subject since last so many years at Nalini Devi Training College. So all the learners are anxiously waiting for that. So learners, this is not the only platform we are depending upon. There will be so many other things also, because we have created a channel in YouTube. whatever classes are held, all those there in the YouTube. If any student has missed out the class, he or she can subsequently go to YouTube and download that particular presentation from the YouTube channel. So that facility also we have created and will be supported in whatever way it is possible. So please listen to Dr. Parsuram Rai Singh. Sir, welcome,
Sir.
and please
Ye-
please take the class.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my dear learners. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, you are very much audible, sir. Please
Ah.
go on. Because they
So
cannot speak, they have muted their screen.
yeah. This is the course is BES 121, Childhood and Growing Up, and there are 4 blocks. In the first block, understanding childhood and adolescence. Let me clarify the very concept of childhood and adolescence. What is meant by childhood? Childhood is a time for children to be in the school or home or at play. A particular age group has been prescribed for the childhood period. So, during the very development of human being, childhood period plays a very vital role. So, what are the different aspects develop during childhood period? Let me clarify that the physical, the mental, the social, the moral, the emotional, the spiritual, etc., all the aspects grow and develop during childhood period. So, what is meant by the growing up? Growth refers to change in different aspects. Child grows and develops every day, every moment. The loss of today cannot be compensated tomorrow. So, all the aspects are to be developed in an integrated manner so that he will prepare himself to be the effective member of the society or future citizens of the society or worthy member of the society. Let me clarify. What is the period? I have told you particularly the time to be utilized by the children in the school, home, or at play for development of cognitive, affective, and psychomotor aspects. So, if that is so, what is the period? Since birth, the period extends to 11 or 12 years. 0 to 2 years, you may say, that is a sensory motor period. 2 to 3 or 4, you may say, that is a period of infancy. 3 to 5 or 6 is called preschool period. 5 to 8, that is early childhood period. From 8 to 11 or 12 is called late childhood period. After the late childhood period, the period of adolescence starts. Now it is, I think you have understood what is meant by the childhood period. And what is meant by the growth? Because it is change. Change always inevitable, and that is change occurs every moment. I have already clarified. What are the different aspects during early childhood or late childhood or infancy or pre-child school period? That I have already clarified, that the cognitive, affective and psychomotor aspects. Here question may arise by you, that what are the cognitive aspects? In a layman's point of view, cognitive aspect to know the knowledge, the understanding, the application, the analysis, the synthesis and the evaluation. All these 6 aspects come under your cognitive aspects. So these aspects are to be developed: the power of intelligence, the kind of attitude, the interest, and so on and so forth. All these things are to be developed. So affective domain, the emotional aspect particularly, the feeling aspect, likes and dislikes towards object, event or person. So you have come across with various objects, the inanimate objects and events like your death, birth, rainfall, etc. These are the events. And the persons, the male and female, boys and girls, these are the persons. So we acquire so much of or develop so much of likes and dislikes towards object, event or person. You like a particular person or may not like a particular person. You like a particular event, may not like a particular event. Cricket. You like cricket, someone does not like it. You like to play some other game, others do not like that kind of game. So this is a kind of liking and dislikingness towards the various events. The person, always there is a likingness towards particular person. You like a particular friend and don't like other persons. So you're liking a religion also, different kind of religion. You like a particular religion but don't like other religion. So your likingness and dislikingness towards object, event or person are expressed in the affecting domain. That is feeling aspects in layman's point of view. Then the psychomotor domain. Why do you say it's psychomotor? It is motor activities or the physical activities performed by the individual in the environment. You dance, you write, you typewrite, and you do various physical activities with the help of your hands and legs. These are motor activities. But why do you call it psychomotor activities? All the activities are based on psychological principles. Unless you concentrate on various activities, you cannot achieve success in a particular activity. So the concentration of your mind or the attention for doing the work is more important. That's why it is called your this is psychomotor activities. It is based on psychological principles. The accuracy and the speediness of doing the activities, how accurately and how speedily you do a particular activity, it depends on how you concentrate on the activities, how you are attentive in doing the activities, and at the same time, how you manipulate your fingers or hands and legs to do the physical activities. So this is called your psychomotor activities. I can give an example. Suppose you are in the room, a closed room. The door is locked and someone calling you. When someone is calling you, so you recognize the voice of the person, whether he is a beggar, he is a mother, or anybody else. So recognizing the voice of the particular person who is calling you is called your cognitive aspect. Am I right? Then suppose a beggar is calling you. The beggar is calling you for some kind of a help. So what happens when a beggar is calling you? Do you sit silently? No. You develop some kind of feeling towards the beggar. That kind of a feeling is created in you towards the beggar is called your feeling aspect. Then what do you do? After feeling towards some kind of a feeling towards the beggar, you try to give some kind of help, either rice or money or anything else with you to the beggar for his need. So you open the door and move from your seat or wherever the position is and go to the beggar and help him with some kind of kind or money. This is called your the motor activities. So in one example, just I have clarified the cognitive aspect, the affective aspect, and the psychomotor aspect of the individual is satisfied, and that is developed in an integrated manner. It is not developed in an isolated manner. Here one question is, you do various activities, and out of the activities, your behavior is predicted. Then question comes, what is meant by behavior? The behavior is always manifested or reflected in different activities. So, what are the activities? Maybe in physical activities, maybe in mental activities, maybe in social activities, maybe in emotional activities, maybe in spiritual activities, maybe in any other activities like co-curricular activities, dance, drawing, painting, etc. All the activities that is performed by the individual with respect to the environment, always your activities is somehow sanctioned or prescribed by the environment. According to the environment, you perform the various activities and it is called your behavior. So the behavior concept is the combination of these three aspects: the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor aspects, and the spiritual, social, and other activities that is performed by the individual. So, my point is, during the childhood period, the time I have told you, the sensory motor period, the preschool period, the early childhood period, childhood period, all these aspects are developed, and in one concept we can say the behavior. The behavior is always performed or executed by the individual in accordance with socio-cultural norms. There is a socio-cultural norm in our environment. We cannot go beyond the socio-cultural norm according to the prescription, according to the sanction of the society, of the culture, or any context. We do different activities, and our activities are either approved or disapproved. If disapproved, that you have to rectify your activities or behavior. Always, all your behavior is not approved by the members of the society, in the family, in the society, in the culture, and in different agencies of agency of education. So, this is the concept of your childhood and growing up. I have told you that growing up, it is towards better, not towards worse. Always when we think of the concept up, not down. So it is always towards better, towards increase of intelligence, increase of your interest, increase of your attitude. And when you measure the intelligence, that is growth. So growth always relates to the physical aspects in the child or in the human being. The physical and the physiological organs of the individual. The physical organs, the outer part of the organs, hands, legs, and eyes, ears, mouth, etc. These are the physical organs. The physiological organs, your digestive system, respiratory system, and other system within the body, kidney, liver, etc. All the systems are functioning within the body. So this is your physical and physiological aspects of the individual, and that growth occurs in the increase in height, increase in weight, and all the physical and physiological organs increase due to increase of the age. Age is a factor. So, then how the growth is perceived? According to the anthropologist, the perspective of a childhood, according to anthropological perspective of childhood, are you clear about the concept of a childhood? And you can also ask questions after the discussion is over. Then, what is the anthropology? Anthropology is the study of human life with respect to the society, culture, and so on. And also, it refers to the physical, the psychological, and the biological aspects of child and man. So, in the different stages, the anthropology study the process of evolution. So, what is their perspective? What is their view according to the regarding the childhood period? Their view is small adults in the making. So the ultimate aim of childhood period, you are proceeding towards the adulthood. After the late childhood period ends, the period of adolescence begins. That is called pre-adolescence period. We'll discuss it later on. So, and after the period of adolescence is over, it is called your period of adulthood. At the age of 21, we can say that are 18, we say we are adults. And that is from the age of 18, we are, the period of adulthood begins. So ultimately, what is the foundation? Foundation is childhood period. So all the physical, as I've told you, the cognitive, affective, psychomotor, the attitude, interest, etc. So the moral aspects that is to be developed in the adulthood period, and the foundation is the childhood period. And from the very beginning, that's why it is called the adulthood in making. For preparing the adulthood, you have to prepare the childhood, prepare himself towards the adulthood period. At times, you have also observed that a child behaves like an adult. He gives some kind of advice to others, and you pass remarks, you are behaving like an adult. That means when the child, either at home or in the society or in the community, he learns many things out of his experience. The experience is the most important thing that the child learns, and he behaves in this way. So here one thing comes to my mind, or you must have known, some of you have the idea, or because you are all teachers, there are two concepts. Some have the idea that the child's mind just like a plain slate, or it is called theory of tabula rasa, that anything can be written. No, that is not the case. The child comes or brings with him at least or approximately 25,000 genes. What is gene? Gene is the carrier of traits, various qualities. The physical, then you should be assured that, or you should feel proud that at least you have approximately 25,000 qualities, both physical, mental, social, moral, and emotional, all other qualities you have. You cannot expect that you have 25,000 qualities approximately, or 25,000 genes are there. Each gene is the determines the various qualities. If you ask, so much of qualities the individual has, just I can cite an example, that singing. Some of you are bathroom singer, some of you are platform singer, and some of you sing very well. So singing is one of the traits. It varies from individual to individual in degrees. One of the examples just I have cited, you cannot say that I have no ability in singing. Yes, you have the ability in singing, because you may be a bathroom singer. You cannot say or cannot admit or cannot say that you are not a singer. you are all a singer, you are also a dancer. When your just legs and hands in a different postures, gestures, because you are a teacher, and the activity method you are following and the playway method you are following in the school, and that is nothing but dramatization, because you have to please your children. That is it not dancing? It is not dramatization. So, just I have cited two examples. Similarly, in cognitive aspects, one can say, suppose your mother, grandmother, or a great grandmothers in the village area or in the rural area, you can say that he has no knowledge in mathematics. Can you say like this? No. Suppose one has secured 0 in mathematics. Can you say that he have no knowledge in mathematics? No. He has some kind of knowledge in mathematics, but the evaluation tool that you adopt, that determines, that is, or you award a 0 mark. But everybody has some kind of knowledge or abilities in mathematics, similarly in language subjects, similarly in science subjects, similarly in social science subjects, so many subjects. If you count in this way, we'll come to the point that you have not less than approximately 25,000 qualities, which have been inherited by from your parents, great grandparents, and from father side, from mother side, in a geometrical progression, 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, up to infinity. From mother side, from father side, 50% of characteristics have been inherited by you from your father, 1/4 from your grandfather and mother, 1/8, 1/16, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so the anthropologist perspective that small adults in the making, the adults, not exactly the adult, but some kind of behavior which had to be developed in the adults, that is the small adults behavior, and these are developed in the family, these are developed in the community, these are developed in the society, these are developed in the religious center, and you perform different rituals, and as a result of which when child grows up and becomes adult, so he develops all these qualities. Here one question comes to your mind, that what is growth and what is development? Let me clarify the development. Growth is not development. As I've told you, growth is a change in the physical and physiological aspects of the child and man. But development, it is progressive series of changes continuously. The progressive series of changes continuously in respect of physical, mental, social, emotional, spiritual, and so on, and other co-scholastic areas or co-curricular areas. So development does not start at a particular stage. It is continuous till your death, till you go to the burial ground. It starts from the mother's womb and ends in the mother's tomb. Ends in the tomb. From womb to tomb, development takes place in different areas. It does not stop at a particular stage, but growth stops at a particular stage. Suppose the intelligence, maybe stopped at a growth of intelligence or increase of intelligence stops at either at the age of 16 or 18 or 19. Similarly, the increase in height, at the age of 25, the increase of height stops. So this is called growth has certain limit, but the development has no limit. For example, if you say that I have so much of knowledge, I have nothing to learn, nothing to develop. Simply, if you go to any place, marketplace, tea shop, bit.ly shop, or any place, and the way of talking among the people, the aged people, they speak very nicely about the life. Why? Why is it essential? Because they have tested their life for long years. You must have experience with the old persons, either in your house or in the village. Suppose 70 or 80 years old man, what does he say? Children, do something and don't do something. Do's and do nots. Why do they say like this? Because they have the experience. When they advise you for do's and do nots, then it comes that do nots have the negative effect. Do's have the positive effect. So this is also even at the different stage, you also learn many things. And the development, that's why it is called development does not stop at any stage. Suppose you are weak in a particular subject. When you discuss with your friends in the school, will you gain something or not? Yes, you gain something. Because you cannot say he is absolute in all the subjects. You cannot say like this. So, this is the concept of anthropological perspective in childhood, that is small adults in the making. It's clear. Then let us come to the sociological prospects in the childhood period. Childhood as a social construction. What is social construction? That various social qualities are to be constructed in the child. What is, how this process goes on? Through the process of socialization. What is socialization? Socialization, have you observed a child lying on the bed? When he begins to smile, just you must have observed the child when he attains the age of 4 months only, he begins to smile. Why? Why the child begins to smile? Because when he sees or he sees her mother or familiar member in the room, she smiles or he smiles. That smile itself indicates the acceptance. The child accepting the mother or the familiar members in the family. So the acceptance of the individual by others and the acceptance of others to the individual. Unless, so this is called the socialization. How you accept others, how others accept you. If you do not accept others, why others will accept you? If you do not accept others' view, why others will accept your views? So the socialization will not take place. The socialization will take place only when there will be mutual interaction, interaction between individual and the members of the society. The society is a greater force, and you learn many things from the society. What do you learn? What do you learn? Learn about the tolerance, group activity, leadership activity, social activities, and how will be effective members of the society. All these activities are to be learned by the individual through the process of socialization. Socialization always the mutual understanding, mutual cooperation, etc. between the individual and the members of the society or the members of the family. So the socialization starts from the family first, and then it extends to the community or the society. So when childhood social construction comes to our mind, social perspective, whether child is able to accept the other members of the society, as I have told you, the child smiles. Yes, that is socialization. What does she want, or he wants? That he is to be lifted by the mother, and he or she wants the lap of the mother. The mother takes him to the lap and appease him. So the child, what does the child want or need? The care, protection, love, sympathy, etc. All these the child needs. If these are satisfied with the if the child is satisfied with these things, then the socialization will be developed. That's why the child laughs, then the child begins to talk, child begins to walk, and so on and so forth. So all these social qualities are constructed. Am I right? That is, all the social qualities are constructed in the child. The tolerance, you might have observed the child at the early stage, the child has more negative emotions, like throwing the utensils and expresses anger, etc. All these are the negative emotions. I do not want to stress all the things because time is very short. Within 1.5 hours, I have to stop, and then I will invite your discussion. So this is your social perspective. Then your historical perspective of the child. What is history? History is the past events, always refers to the past events. And why do we learn history? From the past we learn many things. So what is the historical sequences or what the historical events about the child? What in other states, or 10 years back or 15 years back, what is the concept of the child? What is the concept of the child now? So we have to go through all these things so that we can gain knowledge about the child, that is a historical background, and how then the cultural perspective of the child. What is culture? Let me clarify the culture. You know, you perform so many activities. What are those? Your speaking style, your eating style, your putting the dress style, and it is different from person to person. You are living in the urban area or living in the rural area or semi-urban area or different parts, tribal area, different parts of the country, different parts of the state, and the culture is the way of life. How you talk, how you eat, how you dress, And the manners all together is called your culture. In Odia, that is called your Sanskruti. So, if I just tell you one Odia verb, if you are jaha bapo chadhe goda, tapo thoda thoda. That means the cultural perspective, the cultured family, always we pass comments that you have come from cultured family. You have not come from cultured family. This type of also remarks that you pass all. So culture has you also perform so many rituals in different occasions, birth rituals, death rituals, and also different seasons, different months. Throughout the year, different rituals are observed by you. Do the child imitates all the rituals, the way of you are observing the rituals? Yes, the child imitates, follows the adults, how he observes the how the adult performs the various rituals. You will find very astonishingly, suppose the father and mother, they are out of the house because they are serving somewhere else. But what will you find? You will find that both the boys and girls in the house, they behave like, one behaves like a father, one behaves like a mother. How the mother cooks, how the mother wears his sari. Also, the son behaves like a father, the marketing and other things, and also how the father wears the various dresses, all these qualities. So, it is the impact of the culture. In different culture, you also pay respect. After the marriage, particularly the bride, the bow down is head before the foot of in the lodge house. Also, we just in the folded hand, we give respect to the elders, saying namaskar. Before the corona, that was handshake in the Western countries, also in our countries. So now it has been changed. We also changed into this style, Indian style, that either you, in the folded hand, you pay respect to the superior with namaskar, or you bow down your head after the marriage also, or before the marriage. Even in the superiors, the girl students also bow down their heads. Particularly we find in the Odia medium schools, particularly Saraswati Sishu Mandira, all the students, they bow down their head before the teachers in the school. And also at home also the same practice is going on. So this is because of the culture. Different culture have the different activities, and the child imitates all the culture, how the various activities are performed by the elder people. And accordingly, these are constructed in the child, and that is the foundation stone. So, unless these are the qualities are to be built up in the childhood period, it is difficult. That's why we can say, Jaha no hoichi balakale, tahe ki habo pachla bale. Whatever you learn, that must be learned during your early childhood period, or late childhood period particularly, and that will be very beneficial during your later life. Then we have to come the different perspectives. Child in the different perspectives in foreign countries, in Indian context, in different context. So in foreign countries, how the child becomes very independent from the very beginning. But in Indian context, the child is not very independent from the very beginning. So just we treat the child as a child in the Indian context. And you will see that the child in the child needs, as I have told you, clarified already, the safety, security, sympathy, love, etc. Safety, security, love. All these three, again I repeat, safety, security, love, sympathy, etc. All these things are required for the child. If we do not give, suppose let me give an example. We are very much interested to send our children to the public schools, English medium schools. One child A, say, is accompanied by his father, and child B is accompanied by the maid servant. When the child enters to the school, who is accompanied by the father, so smilingly, with happiness, hello, hi, and he goes to the school. But the child B, who is accompanied by the maid servant or any servant, he always compares that the maid servant is not the substitute of the mother or father. He or she cannot be the substitute of father and the mother. He cannot give love, sympathy like father and mother. So there is a comparison. Some kind of reaction develops in the child B because he is deprived of his love, sympathy, because he is not accompanied by his either father or mother. It's a kind of pleasure that the child gets when he is accompanied by father and mother. And the child does not get that kind of pleasure when he is accompanied by somebody else. So it is a question of the culture. How you extend in the hi-fi family, particularly, they have the less time to look after their children. They are reared by the other members. The child is reared by the parents, the child is reared by other members. There is a lot of difference between these two children. Some kind of differences you will find in both the children. So, one of the age criterion in Odia, you can say Mapadanda. Age is the criterion for development of different qualities. As I have told you, the sensory motor period, 0 to 2 years, 2 to 3 to 4 years, infancy period, 4 to 8, up to 5 years, 3 to 5 or 6, preschool period. That is called your lower nursery and upper nursery. 5 or 6 to 8, early childhood period. 8 to 10 or 11, it is called your late childhood period. So different kind of the age is the criteria. Is the criteria, as I have told Mapadanda, is the criteria of determining for development of different qualities. Just I can cite the example. Suppose a child at the just during 6 or 1 month, 6 months or 1 year, can she digest meat? No. What she can he or digest? Milk. So only just I have cited the example. So what is the requirement of the child at different age? Just after the 1 year, the child learns language. One word, pa, ma. Slowly or gradually, the child learns 2 words, 3 words, 4 words, sentence, complete sentence. The child does not understand the sentence. Gradually, after 2 years or 3 years, the child learns all the things. So, according to the age of the child, the cognitive aspects, what kind of knowledge we can give him or her, and how the social and moral values can be developed at different ages. So age is the criteria up to what extent the child can digest all the things. The second criteria is legal view. What is the legal implication in our state, in the country, in also United Organization. Convention on the Rights of the Child. Various conventions have been held in UNO on the protection of the child. Always there is child abuse. You have marked, or there is a law that you cannot even abuse the child, your own child, in the house. If anybody complains, then you are punishable under the law. So always there is law for the protection of the child. You cannot abuse the child. Always you have to develop the love, sympathy, cooperation, etc. to the child. Beyond that, you cannot go. You cannot go beyond that. So, the National Commission for Protection of the Child's Right, the Juvenile Justice Act, the Right of Education Act 2009, Article 29A, Article 45, Child Labor Prohibition Act 1986, all these various acts have been defined or explains to protect the child. Article 45, the child will have the right to get education free and compulsory up to the age of 14. In no way, in no case, the child will be deprived of education up to the age of 14. In our state also, after the Act 2009, every child should get free and compulsory education. That is also again revised in the year 2012. Because there are so many reasons for the deprivation of the child not to get education. You have observed, even today, in the urban area, some children who are living in the slum areas are collecting tin and polythenes from the garbage. Am I right? Tin and polythene from the garbage. The soft hands, the teeny eyes, which could have been engaged in writing and in reading the books, now have become very hard and rough, the hands particularly, in collecting tin and polythene. The purpose is to supplement the income of the parents in order to get 2 square meals per day. Have you not observed? Yes, you have all observed in the urban area particularly, how the children. And during that period, if a group of children are going to the school with bag and baggage and books, happily, and they are astonishingly looking at them. Why are they looking to them? They are looking, I have also desired to go to the school, but I am deprived of go to the school. So this is how the socio-economic condition compel the child to do such activities and to earn something for the belly, 2 square meals per day for the belly, and to supplement the income of the parents. Then let us come to the child as labor. Now this has been prohibited, child labor in our country, our state. Despite that, children are also engaged as the laborer. Can you say that they don't have the anxiety to go to the school? Yes, they have the anxiety to go to the school. They are honestly looking to the children when they are going to the school, particularly on 15th August, on 26th January, with the children with the tricolor flag in their hands, when they go on the road with the march, they are simply looking. The very eyes indicate that they have the passion, they have the desire to go to the school. But they are cleaning the utensils in the hotels. They are doing some hard works, just cutting the trees and other works, just like a child laborers. So, that childhood period, always we can remind that किए आनी देव मोर से पिला दिनर जीवन ए जो कथा let us we always think of we have to go to the childhood period and play with the grasshoppers, play with the different flowers, make sand houses, and get tremendous pleasure. So, such kind of pleasure we will never gain or never get after the childhood period is over. Do you see? The childhood period is so important, you can imagine the childhood period, And also we have to prepare our children accordingly. Then your childhood, a child in social policy. In the social policy also, we have made so much of policies for the children, for the interest of the children in the schools, in the society, in the community. That we will go through the materials and learn. Then concept of adolescence. I have talked much about the concept of a childhood period or childhood. Now let us concentrate on the concept of adolescence in Oriya, that is called a Kaisoro Avastha. So what is that? That is the onset of puberty. That means after the age 12, the period of adolescence starts. One is called pre-adolescence period, 12 to 14, and post-adolescence period, two types. So what happens? Onset of puberty, that means you are sexually matured enough to produce offsprings. That is called your period of adolescence. And that period of adolescence, the onset of puberty, there is physical and physiological changes take place both in boys and girls. And that period is very, very critical period, the period of adolescence, the onset of puberty, or you can at the maturity period, sexual maturity you can say it, or you are capable enough to produce the child. That period, you will find some pregnancy in the tribal areas, in the tribal schools. Every day it comes to the media how in ashrama schools and other schools, how the girls, early teenage girls have become pregnant. That means they're adolescents. Already they are mature and they are capable of producing the child. Onset of puberty, there is a physical and physiological changes that have taken place in both the girls and the boys from age 12 to 18. In certain cases, you'll find in tribal areas before the age 12 also the period of adolescence comes, onset of puberty comes. So in this way we can clarify or define the period of adolescence. And what happens? You will find during the period of adolescence, you will find that the social, emotional, sexual, moral, all sorts of behavior change. If you think of the sexual behavior, what happens? The boys are very much interested to make friendship with girls and vice versa. And the economic independence starts. They have their own identifications. They have their own ego. You must have observed. And you have already crossed that period. And you have experienced kind of ego that you have developed. And during this period, what happens? Some adolescents are also are absconded from home. Why? It is a very critical period. They want freedom. They want economic freedom. They want independence. If that kind of independence is not given, then he becomes suppressed. If I cite another example, that most of the adolescents also, they are absconded, and there is what do you call it, honor killing. Do you have knowledge in honor killing? And when the boys, the adolescent of one caste marries the girl, the adolescent of other castes, girls particularly, and both the families becomes honored with the adolescents, boys and girls, and they kill them. That is called your honor killing. In Rajasthan, in Haryana, in different parts of our state, a country, that kind of honor killing is still prevailing. We do not accept the marriage of the adolescents. We should not go, we should not accept their feelings. So, the psychosocial behavior, psychosexual, psychosocial, I have told you, always sexual behavior does not mean that you are involved in sexual activities. It is called psychosexual behavior. A force is operating in each adolescent, that is called psychosexual force or id. In that term, id, ego, superego, we can say. But if id predominates, then you will develop animal characteristics. You are no way better than the animals. So that's why the psychosexual or sexual behavior is controlled by socio-cultural norms. I have already told you there are some do's and don'ts in the society, in the community, so that you are controlled by the society or the community. You cannot go beyond that. That's why your responsibility, how you control, you may make friendship with other sex, doesn't matter, but doesn't mean that you will be involved in the sexual activities. Sexual behavior and sexual activities are two different things. If you are involved in the sexual activities, then you are gone. You may make friendships, because you have to express your different kind of emotions, or you have the desire, etc. You talk many things. Friendship is the other things, and the other activities are other things. So that's why this period, during this period, what do you call it? The early adolescence period, as I have told you here in the book, 10 to 13 years, mid adolescence period, 14 to 15 years, late adolescence period, 16 to 18 years. I have told you 12 to 14 years and 14 to 18 years. Anyway, from 12 to, it varies from country to country, varies from climate to climate. Ours is a hot climate. What is your question? You have question? In the cold countries, the period of adolescence starts late. In the hot countries like ours, the period of adolescence starts early. I have told you in the tribal areas how the period of adolescence starts early, and also the food habit also is one of the reasons for developing the period of adolescence early or late. Then adolescence in different cultures. So you see, in Indian context, in different contexts, foreign countries, there is the free mixing adolescents. But here there is a restriction. Just one or two words I can say. In the rural area, in the urban area, you will find lack of difference between the adolescents in different cultures. Why have I told this? I have already told this because our behavior, remember always, our behavior is controlled by our socio-cultural norms. Whatever the behavior is performed by the adolescents, it is always subject to sanction of social and cultural norms. Beyond the socio-cultural norms, we cannot go or proceed. What will happen? We will be outcasted. Others will be, in urban areas, you will find that the adolescents can make a friendship, can move freely. In the rural area, is it possible? No. If it is possible, if the adolescents, boys and girls, they move together, then they will be criticized by others. Here nobody bothers. So in foreign countries, that is a free. So in different cultures, we will have the different types of behavior, activities. Just I have told you that psychosocial behavior, always remember, and sexual behavior. So what we do, that is psychosocial behavior, not psychosexual behavior. Then differences among child and adolescent and not an adults. Here there are differences, the age, then differences in range domains, physical, cognition, social, emotion, perception, all these things. Just I give the brief idea that the difference in domain, range of domains, physical, cognition, social and emotional. So I have told you, according to the age, our behavior differs. Our thinking differs. Our interest differs. Our activities differs. Yes or no? Yes. Our knowledge, our understanding, our thinking process differs from age to age, childhood to adulthood, childhood to adult. Then at the age of adolescence, that is the age of identity exploration, that identity, during the adolescence period, you develop the concept of identity, nijasya parichaya. Okay? When it is not given scope, the scope is not given for your identification, then the adolescent, or during the period of adolescence, they become rebellious, become enemy to the parents. That's why there is the identity. You have to develop your identity. And the age of instability. During the period of adolescence, you are unstable. You are not in a position to take a decision. There are three stages of matter. One is liquid, one is gaseous, then liquid, then solid. During a period of adolescence, you are in the fluid stage or liquid stage. You are unstable to take a concrete decision. Your mind fluctuates. So the moment the age increases or grows up, the stability comes. During the period of adulthood, after the age 18, slowly your stability comes to the individual, maybe girls or boys, doesn't matter. So that is instability. Age of self-focus. Don't you care for yourself? Yes. Don't you see your face through the mirror? Yes. Why? Because you focus for yourself. How I should look beautiful. Am I right or wrong? Yes. How I should speak fluently so that all will be attracted towards me. You are all teachers, and you always focus on you, that you should be recognized by the students. If there is no recognition, he is not a human being. Either you will be beast or you will be God. So always you want some kind of recognition, wearing a new dress. What do you want? That all should appreciate you. You take part in debate and speak very fluently. What do you want? You want that all should encourage me, praise me. So the encouragement, the praise, the identification, the reward, all these things definitely are desired by the individual as per the age. Then age of feeling in between. So there is some kind of feeling during your childhood period. What do you want? There is a feeling between the children. It is called play age. Am I right? Because most of the children are like to play. Because most of the time they spend at home or in the house, as I've told earlier, that his surplus energy is to be sublimated. Do you imagine that a child has the surplus energy? He has more energy than the adolescents. And that surplus energy is to be channelized so that he will get satisfaction. If he is not allowed to play with other children, some kind of mechanism will be developed. That's why some kind of feeling, the play feeling, and also the friendship during the period of adolescence. There are two kinds of friendship. One is called clique. Other is called group. In the clique, 2 or 3 boys or girls make a clique. There are intimate relationship among themselves. You have observed you can share your personal experiences with your most bosom friend, either 2 or 3 maximum. In the group, it is not possible to share your personal experiences, happiness and sorrow to in the group, because always you think that your weaknesses will be exposed. You always try to express your strengths. What is my strength? But you do not want to express your weaknesses. Am I right? So that kind of the feeling, that's what likes and dislikes. That is called, I have already explained to you. The feelings means likes and dislikes. Then difference in the range of domains: physical, cognition, social, emotion, perception. I have already told the physical differences between early childhood, adolescence period, and adulthood period. There is physical differences. During period of adolescence, sudden growth of the physical and physiological organs. At times the child or the girls are ashamed of the sudden growth, physical and physiological organs. When the first menstruation cycle starts, he becomes shy. She becomes shy. Also in case of boys, that happens. And due to the different culture, you will find, and the different rituals are observed. There is also the change of voice, change of different things in physical structure, the hormonal change, etc. The boys have the beards and all these things. The cognition means the knowing aspect, the knowledge, the understanding, application, analysis, synthesis, evaluation. You just differentiate between the childhood period, period of adolescence, and a period of adulthood period. Regarding the knowledge, how much knowledge will you give in different subjects to the child in different areas? What are the areas? Language subjects, mathematics, science, social science, and other co-curricular activities. In high school, in primary school, secondary school, rather you can say secondary school, adulthood, after 18, when you enter to the college, +3 particularly, the adulthood period, you will find that in different subject, different areas, different kind of knowledge are given. Also, you differentiate between different concepts. Suppose I want to give you an example. The death concept becomes meaningless to a child. I have seen the father already is dead and the child of 4 years and 5 years, they're playing, because death is a meaningless term to them. Similarly, after first born child, when second born child comes to the family, the child asks, where have you brought this child? There is no knowledge about the reproductive system. And simply answer is given by the parent, I have brought it hospital. Because he cannot understand. So this is kind of, my point is, during the cognition period, how much knowledge, how he will develop his power of understanding the various concepts during the period, and the social. I have told you socialization, the relationship between individual and the society, the interaction between the individual and the society. The child wants to play with the child of same age. The adolescent makes friends of the with the same age. The adult also make friendship with the same age. The adult will never make friendship with the child, or adolescent never makes friendship with the adult. So this is how the socialization to perform different social activities, different social rituals, we have to do different activities, and how during the childhood period, during the period of adolescence, during the period of adulthood period, how the social activities differ. Because the child cannot take the social burden. Can he? No. He has no that kind of maturity to take the social responsibility. But the adult has the maturity to take the social responsibility. You have the maturity to take the social responsibility, but your child has no. Then emotion, I have told you the likes and dislikes of the child or the adolescent or the man towards the object, the event, and person. And your feeling aspect, I have given an example for you, how in one example your cognition, your feeling aspect, your psychomotor aspect are reflected in the behavior. Then the perception. What is the perception? I perceive. Let us. Perception is the sensation plus interpretation of sensation. Try to understand. What is sensation? When I speak something, we hear. That is sensation. But if you make meaning of my speech or discussion, then you have perceived the ideas. Sensation plus interpretation of sensation. Proper interpretation of sensation, not wrong interpretation of sensation. Suppose the fan is moving in your room. If you just ask the child what is moving, he cannot say the meaning of the fan, just something is moving. But you know the term, what is the concept of moving? Truth, beauty, goodness. You perceive these things. On an example, I can say, you can remember, a cow is grazing in the field. You can say, I perceive the cow is grazing. Yes, this is called your visual perception. Okay? It's called, you see the object and also interpret the object correctly. You have gone for picnic, and the next day, or your children were asked next day to give a brief discussion about the picnic. While describe something, they may omit something or delete something, and they can add something. So that's called visual imagery. So always the perception depends on how you acquire various senses through your sense organs. What are your main sense organs? The visual organs, the eye, the auditory organs, the ear. These are the two sense organs are very much important to acquire various senses from the environment. Then, after seeing the particular object, what happens? It is carried by the nervous system to the sensory part of the brain. What happens then? In the sensory part of the brain, interpretation takes place. Then you perceive. That is not seeing. You seeing the object. Maybe fan, maybe car, etc. Whatever it may be. Maybe false. At times, seeing a rope, you can say that it is a snake. Am I right or wrong? Illusion. That is called your illusion. So illusion is not perception. It's just you see one rope and perceived that is a snake. So the perception, the right kind of interpretation of the sensation is called your perception. Always. You perceive. Suppose a song, a beautiful song is recited. The old songs of Muhammad Rafi or Lata Mangeshkar. You like it. Even Odia songs, Akha Mahanti or Pranam Krishna Patnaik or Chitajena, etc. Very old songs. Very. And you interpret it. Who has recited this song? That interpretation depends on you, that whether you have perceived properly the song who has recited. That is your proper perception. Otherwise, just like seeing the rope and interpreting as a snake, that will be illusion. That is a wrong perception. So the perception varies from childhood period, adolescence period, and also during the adulthood period. The perception varies. The child's perception, the adolescent's perception, the adult perception. At times what happens? The perception varies according to your mental condition. What you have already, what is in your mind, that is reflected. That is not exactly wrong, right perception, wrong perception. So, we have to perceive the things. First, we have to, the sensation and interpretation of a sensation in the right manner, so that there will be right perception, or otherwise it will be wrong perception. So the perception varies from time to time or from age to age. And the perception also varies from person to person. You interpret a particular concept in your own way. He interprets that concept in a different. Suppose the concept of God. You are believer of God, and some are atheist, does not believe the existence of God. So their perception is quite different from you. So you see, they can argue with you and you can argue with them, but the perception differs. In literature also, a particular word, in science also, in mathematics also, the perception differs. According to your mental condition, how you have understood the particular concept. What is concept then? A generalized idea about the object, event, or person. A generalized idea about an object, or a person, or an event. I have told you that death, birth, etc. These are the events. The truth, beauty, and goodness, these are the events. So you have common idea. Generalized idea means all are agree. What is death? What is birth? All are agree to the point. That's why always we have to develop the concept in the right manner so that we can perceive the things in a proper manner. When your perception becomes strong, definitely the nervous system, etc., or the mental power, or how to construct the various ideas, critical ideas, etc., will be developed properly. Otherwise, there will be weak development in different concepts. In your the examination, there is a comprehension. It depends on perception. The questions are there, and you have to read the comprehension passage and answer the questions. But you cannot get the same kind of same marks because the perception varies. You could not comprehend the comprehension passage, so that you could not give the correct answer to the comprehension passage. As a result of it, your perception is low, sir. Should you stop? So now it is, sir. Should we discuss now, sir? Sir, discuss now. Will invite questions from the learners? Hello. Are you so yes, learners. Now you are ready to ask any type of questions. What I have discussed, nearly 50% I have covered, but could not cover all. But most of the important points I have covered. Any questions? Are you getting my point? Sound? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
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 Sir.
I
Good
see,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, now you are audible. But for some time your voice was not clear. But anyway, now you are audible, very much audible. So
That's
since we are running shortage of time,
okay.
can we invite the question from the students, because there is only
yeah. What different? Just sorry, sir.
Please, sir, again discuss about emotion and cognition, sir. Excuse me, sir. I know. Please, sir, discuss about cognition, sir.
Hello.